Greetings, film fanatics. Filmholmes here, and welcome to another rendition of Too Many Movies. So the other day, I got a delivery at my doorstep, and it was from Amazon. Hopefully they pay me a couple dollars now. And it was a movie that I've been waiting for months and months and months, because it got a very limited theatrical release. Probably because it's so fucking weird. I had friends that went and saw it, and they praised it, I even downloaded the soundtrack and listened to the music, because the music was really cool, and the soundtrack's really cool, but the trailer took the world by storm. I watched that trailer probably 50 times, because the idea of the movie was so weird. It had never been done before. This is a movie that is original, almost too original, because it is weird. But I like stuff like that, because in this day and age of film, to be original is almost impossible. It's almost impossible. To say you made a movie that is completely original, even if it flopped or failed, that's still a remarkable feat. And the movie that I am talking about is Swiss Army Man. I have been waiting for this for months and months. I pre-ordered it. The moment I could pre-order it, I finally got it, and I watched it, and I am very excited to give you my thoughts on it. So, Swiss Army Man, let's get to it. So just to give them credit, this movie was written and directed by the Daniels. Daniel Scheinert and Daniel Kwan. So I want to give them credit. Starring Paul Dano and Daniel Radcliffe as the body, as Manny. But the story is basically this. Paul Dano's character is trapped on a deserted island somewhere, and he's about to hang himself and kill himself. And this is in the trailer, so don't shoot me. It's not ruining anything. When he's about to hang himself, a body washes up on shore, Daniel Radcliffe, and he decides to not kill himself because the body is different. Basically what happens is the body starts farting, which dead bodies do. But all of a sudden, when it gets back in the water, it starts farting more and more and more and more and more, to where the body moves like a ski boat, and Paul Dano's character gets on it, and he's able to ride himself to another island. And then from there, you know, the body starts to kind of reanimate and starts talking, and the body doesn't remember anything about its life and doesn't really know what's going on. And Paul Dano's character has to teach it how to be a person, basically. But he finds out with this miraculous body, it is like a Swiss Army Man, like a Swiss Army knife. It can chop wood. It can like a water pump, and give him water for showers and for drinking, which is kind of gross. It can fart to where it can make a fire. He can wind it up and chop wood with its arm. It can do anything, like a Swiss Army knife. Now that's the appeal of the movie, but the movie is really about a friendship. And it's about life. I'm going to go ahead and say I have a hard time explaining this movie, because I've only watched it once. I was going to watch it again, but frankly, I just don't have the time right now. I want to watch it again. I'll go ahead and say I fucking love this movie. I don't know what I watched, but I love it. Mainly because of the dialogue between the two main characters, because that's really the entire cast. But we don't really know anything about Paul Dano, his character, his past. We learn a little bit about him and his father, but we don't know what's truth and what's not. Daniel Radcliffe's character, we know nothing about him. But the relationship between them and the friendship, how they're kind of saving each other in a way. But you also wonder, like, is this really happening? Is this real? You know, is this all just in Paul Dano's head? And I'm trying to remember, what was his character's name? Does it say? Hank. Call him Hank. You know, was it all in Hank's head? Because this is weird. Is this really happening? And I guess it's kind of answered at the end. I'm not going to say anything, but, you know, I'm still not sure. I guess it was answered, but I'm still not sure. But, you know, it's weird. It's like a large portion of the movie is about them just being together. and it almost kind of feels like they're falling in love in a way, which I had no issue with. But also they both love this girl that's on Hank's phone that he saw at a bus stop, or inside of a bus, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. And this is going to be a short video because I really don't know how to explain this movie. I mean, watch the trailer, but I wanted to do this because I wanted to get the word out. Because this movie made money. It made back its budget, but I don't think it was about the money for them. They came up with this really weird concept and they made it work. And it does work. But it's such an original movie, it's almost too original because it's fucking weird. It's odd. And I guess when it showed at Sundance, people were leaving because they just couldn't handle how odd it was. And personally, I get it. If you don't like this movie, I can understand why you don't like this movie. Honestly, I can. It's out there, man. But that's why I love it. The script is very well written. The dialogue is very tasty to me. And by that I mean, like, the dialogue is so clever and it's great conversation between these two characters. I could just listen to them talk for hours if the movie was that long, you know? And the direction is fantastic. The effects are really well done. And the script is top-notch. The editing is great. The pacing's wonderful. It's only like an hour, 35-minute movie. It's not super long. And I never got bored. From the very beginning, it sucks you in. And Daniel Radcliffe, good Lord, he did a tremendous job because he had the hardest job of all. I mean, Paul Dano deserves, great praise for playing Hank because he played him very well. He's kind of a jerk, but also very lovable. And Daniel Radcliffe, he was so funny, but him having to be that dead body and the movements he had to make, he threw himself into this movie. And it's phenomenal. I'm not a big Harry Potter fan. I'm just not. I don't really like the movies. They're very well made. Not really for me, and I didn't read the books. But I like Daniel Radcliffe. He's a very good actor. And in this movie, he shows why. And when he finally starts to really talk and, you really fall in love with these characters. And you want to see them survive. You want to see them get to civilization, and see what happens. But, I mean, the movie is mainly about, he's trying to teach Manny, the body, Hank's trying to teach him, how to be a person again. They find a Sports Illustrated magazine, and he's trying to tell Manny, it's okay if you feel, and I'm not going to ruin that scene because it's going to shock the hell out of you. But you got to have a really twisted sense of humor to watch this movie, I think. You really do. But I mean that in the best way possible. It's a lovely movie, and I cannot wait to watch it again. Kind of the less you know about it, the better. I'm not trying to be vague. It's just if you watch the trailer, it explains what the movie is better than I can. But I've already explained it. Besides that, it's just an adventure with these two characters. And I love movies like that, where they're odd, but it's the most original movie I've seen. I can't even think. Probably the last one would have been Birdman. That one was wildly original, but the story in that was easy to follow in a way. Swiss Army Man, I didn't know where the hell it was going, and frankly, it leads to an extremely uncomfortable ending. And I mean that in the best way possible, because I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know what the hell was going on. Good. That's what filmmaking's supposed to be. I hope I can make a movie this weird one day. Honestly, I do. Because that means that I did something original. So I can't wait to see what other work comes out of these guys, because this got a lot of hype, and to me it lived up to the hype. So please go watch Swiss Army Man. Either buy it, rent it, whatever. If you don't like it, trust me, I understand. But I think a lot of you will. So Swiss Army Man, I give it a 4 out of 5. I think it deserves at least a 4. It's that good, it's that entertaining, but it is extremely odd. If you can be too original, I guess it is. So I can't really go any higher than that, because I think a 4 is high enough, because it's just, I think it's going to take me a long time to really get this movie and to fully appreciate it. But for this moment, 4 out of 5. I love the movie very much. Please watch it and let me know what you think. So, all right, thank you very much. Again, please watch this movie. If you're a film fanatic like I am, please just give it a try. If you hate it, you hate it. you only waste an hour and a half. But if you love it, you just discovered one of the most original movies ever made. So this was Too Many Movies. I'm Filmholmes. Thank you very much for watching. As you can see, I got more movies I got to see, so I will see you in the next video. Take care.